Hey guys! Welcome to the B Family Films DIY Challenge. We are so excited that you wanted to shoot your own family film with us, all on your phone.
So this is going to be a 3-day course, and after all your learning, at the end of it, you're going to submit your film to us, and we're going to pick 2 winners out of those films to win a film from us.
So in today's video, Kara is going to talk to you a little bit about what you need to get your phone set up. She's going to talk about your settings, lighting, some locations, and some best practices. So without further ado, let's go jump straight into that.
Hey guys, so I'm going to get you all set up on your phone so that you're ready to shoot tomorrow. Basically, we're just going to download a couple apps. I'm going to show you around one of them, and then also I'm just going to give you some best practices and tips for shooting day. So tomorrow's going to be shooting day, and we'll dive more into what you need to do to shoot, but for now I'm just going to give you a couple things to help you out and get you all set up. So I'm going to preface this entire video by saying every detail I give you about these apps does not matter. If y'all just pull out your phone and just shoot it on your camera, we will teach you how to string those clips together to make a pretty video. You do not have to ever do any of the settings that I tell you. I just want to give you all the information so that you can run with it and make whatever you want out of it. So with that being said, I'm now going to get into the details with you and let you learn a little bit from me before you get thrown to the wolves and shoot. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to download 2 apps. I'm going to screen share, so let me turn that on. Okay, so you're going to get 2 apps. The first app you're going to get is ProMovie. This is going to be the app that you're going to use to shoot. You can also shoot on your iPhone. The reason we're choosing to use this app is because we can show you how to shoot in slow-mo and regular speed. But if you already know how to do all that stuff with your phone, you don't have to download the app. And then for editing later, you're going to need the app called InShot. Everybody will need this app. This is the app that we're going to use to string all our clips together. Music, all that stuff will be through InShot. So go ahead and get that one also. So first we're going to go into ProMovie. We set up a little scene here so that you can enjoy something other than our carpet. The first thing it's going to do is ask to use your camera and ask to use your microphone. Go ahead and improve both of those. You'll need them for shooting. So this is what it looks like when you get in here. So the first thing I'm going to show y'all is over on the left hand side. I want you to click where it says, on mine it says 4K. We're going to adjust that first. So this is going to be how your camera is set up for shooting. So up at the top is the aspect ratio. You want it to be set to 16:9. That's just normal video crop. That's what it'll look like. And then I'm going to say you should go down to 1080p. We don't need 4K. It takes up a lot of room. But it's totally up to you. If you want to do 4K, that is totally fine. So set that to 1080p. The frame rate right now is 30 frames per second. We're not going to use that at all. So go to 24 frames per second. That is going to be regular speed. So when you're shooting in 24 frames per second, you are shooting everyday life. That's the speed that you're seeing right now. 60 frames per second is going to be your slow motion. That's the slow motion we use in all of our films. If you go to 120 frames per second, that's even slower. And we have kind of like a little demo for you. So I'm going to show you the 3, 24 frames, 60 frames, and 120 frames. So you can kind of see the difference there. 120 is like super cinematic slow motion. All we ever do is the 60 frames right now. Our camera only supports 60 frames in what we shoot, so that's fine. Anyway, so let's do 60 frames because a lot of our stuff is mostly in slow motion, so I'm going to start y'all off there, and then y'all can switch to regular speed whenever y'all want. We'll talk more about why you would choose one over the other later also. So let's start with 60 frames per second. So on quality, right now it's set to standard. I would either put that on higher or max. I'm going to go with max, but you can do either one, whatever you're more comfortable with. So we're done there. Go ahead and check out of it. Okay, so the only other things you'll really kind of be messing with on this app, over to the right hand side, you're going to see the exposure bar. You can adjust this to let in a little bit more or a little less light. These are stops on the side, which really just means letting in more or less light. I'm not going to get into all the details right now. So down at the bottom, you're going to see there's 6 little sections. The first one is the one we were on, that's the exposure. The second one is going to be your shutter speed. So rule of thumb is that you want to have your shutter speed be double the amount of your frame rate. The frame rate is the 60 frames per second we picked earlier for slow motion. So for slow motion, we want our shutter speed to be 125. And if you're going to regular speed, which was 25 frames per second, 24 frames per second, that's going to be 50, which is going to be 60 on this app. Honestly, you don't have to ever even touch that shutter speed. So you can just set it and forget it. I just wanted to add the tip in case anybody knows a little bit about cameras. You always, with filming, you want it to be double the frame rate. It's not going to look bad if you don't change that. It's not a big deal. So just leave it where it is. If you still want it to be cinematic, but you don't want to worry about changing your shutter or anything, I would just set it for slow motion. So set it for the 60 frames per second, 125 shutter speed, and you're good to go. It'll all be in slow motion, and that's totally fine. Next to it is the ISO. Next to that is white balance. In this kind of situation, I'm going to say set your white balance to auto, but if you know you're going to be outside, you could set it to daylight. If you know you're going to be under like normal house lights, you would set it to tungsten. I mean, all the pictures here it describes it pretty well. Just set it to where you're going to be if you know that that's where you're going to be and you know that that's the light that's going to be there. Otherwise, just set it to auto. It's fine. Focus is going to be where you can pull focus. So you can see on the camera, it comes into focus and then goes out as I go past it. So that's a cool thing about this app that you wouldn't necessarily have just on your normal camera phone, is that we can pull focus with this app. Zoom is your normal zoom. That's how you zoom in. All right, so then this big red button on the right is how you would record a video. I'm gonna go ahead and just take one recording so you can kind of see. Zoom in and out. It's kind of dark because I didn't set my light. And then to see the video that you just played, you're going to hit the play button that was in the bottom left-hand corner, and you can see the video right there. You can play it. Just take one recording so you can kind of see. Zoom in and out. So you could see in the video that you saw the little watermark in the bottom. That's going to be there unless you purchase the app. It's not a big deal. We wanted a free option for y'all, but anything that's free is going to have a watermark. So if you want to purchase it, that's fine. We will not take points off of the judging for a watermark being in the bottom, though. It's not that big of a deal. The point here is to document. So whatever you have to do to document, we're just happy that you're doing it with us. Just a few more tips I want to give you that are outside of the app. You can do this anywhere, again, but it's best to choose a place that has a lot of natural light. We like to shoot our films without any of the overhead lights on in your house. That way we're just getting that beautiful daylight coming in. We like shadows. Like, we're not afraid of shadows in the room. So my first tip would be to find a place that has a lot of natural light. And also, if you're shooting your kids and you notice that they're like really playing it up for the camera and you're wanting them to be more real and in the moment, just put your camera down. Just put it down for a couple seconds, wait till they're back into what they're doing, pick it back up and start shooting again. If you want to get them playing up for the camera, you like that, that's fine too. I'm just giving you an option in case you want the more real moment kind of thing. Other than that, I think that's all the tips I have for you for now. There's going to be a lot more stuff in the shooting day video tomorrow too. If y'all have any questions about this video, feel free to reach out to us. We're always available. Tomorrow is going to be all about shooting. So I'm going to give you some more tips for like shot ideas. I'm going to teach you a little bit about when you would use slow motion versus regular motion. I'm going to teach you about B-roll, which is like my favorite part. It's where you get to be really creative. Yeah, so all that good stuff is coming tomorrow, and then Chris is going to walk you through our entire shoot so you can see everything we do and how we put all these tips to action in shooting. So yeah, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye!